YouTube. What's cracking? What it is, what it ain't. It's your boy, Toddy Jones. What's going on, everybody? Just like the title suggests, today I'm going to talk about um, five leads or five lists that you should be pursuing in your wholesale real estate business. So we're going to talk about, again, five lists or five leads you should be pursuing in your wholesale real estate business. I'm gonna drop five of them, and this is gonna be in no certain order. So this is not like a top five or bottom five. Just like, look, these are five lists that you should really be marketing to. And I'll probably drop another video with another different five sometime in the foreseeable future. But I'm gonna ask y'all, if you don't mind, to go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, you know what I'm saying? And also in the description, there's going to be a link to our Facebook real estate group. Make sure to click the link to join the group. We do a lot of networking in there. We do a lot of bouncing ideas off each other. There are a lot of questions in there that get answered. So definitely come on in and join our Facebook group and rock out with us a little bit. Also, make sure to follow your boy on Instagram. I'm at Real Estate Toddy. That's my Instagram. I also put my Instagram link in the description or somewhere as well. I changed my Instagram name again, y'all. So again, my new Instagram name is Real Estate Toddy. So hit me up on IG. Now let's get down to business. All right, so just starting, when you just starting doing wholesaling, probably gonna be the most popular list when you start just starting wholesaler. Definitely one of the most popular lists is a vacant list. You know what I'm saying? And that's essentially a list of properties that have been deemed to be vacant. And of course, when the property is vacant, nobody's living there, and instead of that property being an investment, it's really at that point in time a liability. Again, it's just sitting there. It's not getting any monthly rent. So it's just, you still got taxes accumulating on it. Could be code violations accumulating on it. So vacant list. You can find vacant lists pretty much anywhere, y'all. It don't take a lot of searching around to find someone to sell it don't take a lot of searching to find a vacant list. You know what I'm saying? You can buy some vacant lists. I've heard some cities or some counties that give vacant lists. So that's a good way to start. Vacant lists. You get you some vacant lists, you mail out to them, or you cold call to them. That'll definitely get your pipeline popping, and definitely get your phone popping too. So vacant list, that's a real good one when you just first starting off. Get you a good vacant list and go to town right there on it. Another list that we'll talk about is a high equity list. A high equity list is a list where the owner may still live in that property, or they may not. But again, they may still live in the property, and that just means they develop a lot of equity in that house. For example, let's say the house is worth 100K, or as we say on our side of real estate, let's say the ARV is 100K, and let's say they only owe 20K on the house. So they have a lot of equity in that house. You know what I mean? So that's a high equity property. The same thing will apply to a townhouse or a multifamily unit. So you can also go in and get you some. You can buy some high equity lists. Again, these are lists that the owner or the seller, they have a lot of equity already developed in this property. And that way you don't really have to worry about that mortgage maybe standing in the way of a deal happening. And also, when they got a lot of equity, that means when they close, if they sell it to you at a discount price, that close, that means, a lot of times they still can, put a good amount of money in their pocket in some cases. So definitely y'all pursue those high equity lists. That's a real good list. A lot of times you'll be dealing with a lot of older homeowners in a lot of cases when they have a lot of equity built up. And a lot of times, they can be a lot more patient with you as well. So another list, as y'all hear me talk about all the time, is the probate list. The probate list. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely a great list. Definitely one of my favorite lists. You can make a lot of profit off marketing toward probates and also probate deals. You can buy probates from list providers. You can do like I do a good bit of times. You can go to the county courthouse, go to the probate department, let them know you want to look at the probate records, and you can make your own list. If you don't want to pay for your list, if you rather go to the courthouse and get some good fresh lists, you can go right there to the courthouse and come home and mail to those people, or come home and start cold calling to them. But probates, guys, if you work your mojo on your probates, you stay consistent with them. You're gonna definitely do some deals. And you stay real consistent with them, you're gonna eventually hit a home run with a deal. So yeah, probate, most certainly a great list, a great lead to pursue and to market to and to be consistent with. Probate lists, probate leads. Another good one, another real good one that has become that is quickly becoming a favorite of mine is an inheritance list. And the difference between a probate list and an inheritance list. An inheritance list means that someone got this property or this house, they inherited through a will. Someone passed away and they left this person this house. A lot of times, these inheritance lists, a lot of times these properties are free and clear. They don't have a mortgage on them anymore. And these are real good ones to pursue, guys. And this is just like the other list that I mentioned. A lot of times on these, you'll talk to a good bit of times you'll talk to older homeowners. Not all the times, because sometimes someone may pass away and they may leave and they will the house to their 35, 40-year-old son or daughter. But these are some real good lists, y'all. From my experience with it, and also from the research I've done with other investors that I've talked to and researched, the inheritance list, a lot of time it's better to actually mail that list. So if you're real big on cold calling, if you get you an inheritance list, you may want to, flip the switch and actually mail to that list. When I say mail to it, not a postcard, but actually a letter. You know what I'm saying? Whether you write the letter out, or whether you type it. But what I'm saying, instead of sending postcards, instead of cold callings, inheritance list, they normally do better with just formal letters. So, and you can buy an inheritance list from list providers also. And then the fifth lead or list that I'll talk about, be tax delinquent list, guys. Tax delinquent list. And that means just like it says. If you're dealing with wholesaling, I'm sure you've came across a point in time when you were working on a property and they run the title and it comes back, oh, this person owes taxes on the house. And a lot of times that's the reason they're selling it to you, because they owe taxes on it. And a lot of times they've already decided within themselves, months or years prior to talking to you, that they're not going to pay the taxes, which is probably why they're selling it to you at such a cheap price. So you can actually market to tax delinquent houses or tax delinquent property owners. That's another great list to pursue. Your tax delinquent list. Again, you can buy those from list providers, and there's a wide variety of different list providers out there that you can choose to go to. I personally would suggest my guy, my boy Eric. He's also a real estate investor as well. He's also known in a lot of circles as the real estate list ninja. He has some great lists, y'all, some good lists. I buy a lot of different type of lists from Eric, man. So in fact, I will put a link to his website in the description. So once the video is done, you can click the link. It'll take you to his website, and he has a lot of highly targeted lists. And that's one thing I really like about Eric's lists, is they're always highly targeted, and they really get your phone jumping. So I'll actually put a link again in the description. Most of these lists, if not all of these 5 that I've just talked about, you can buy from Eric. He's got some great prices for you. Make sure to also tell him that Toddy referred you. Say Toddy Jones referred me. I don't make any money off of it or anything. It's just that I've been buying lists from him from years, and his lists work. You know what I'm saying? And he's a good guy. So definitely check out Eric again. The link will be in the description. But again, tax delinquent list, guys. What I do with my tax delinquent list, again, you can buy them from a list provider like Eric, or you can go to the county clerk house, get them yourself. You can normally call them, email them, and what I do when I get mine, I try to go with properties that have taxes that are at least 2 years in delinquency. So I try to go back at least 2 years, and that's what I asked the county to pull me. In fact, I went and got some. I think it was sometime last month. And this is what it looks like. Y'all gave me like a real big stack of papers, So that's what it looks like. That's a tax delinquent list here in my local area. So essentially, when you get a list like this, you can filter through it yourself and mail out to single family residences or multifamily residences. Looks like they got a lot of stuff on here. Or what you can do is you can have them give you the information in a email format, and maybe email that to like your VA or an assistant. Have them scrub and filter that list for you and get all the stuff out there that you don't want. So those are a lot of different things you can do as far as that tax delinquent list goes. Or like I said, you can just go through it here yourself. It'll probably take me forever to go through all this paperwork, but I'll figure out a way and we'll get it done. But all this, it only really cost me like $45, guys. They like really charge me like a little small service fee, and then they charge me per page for printing and paper. But this is a good list to have also, a tax delinquent list. So there you go, guys. There's 5 leads or 5 different list types that you can start pursuing, that you can start marketing to. This is the time of the year to get it done. This is the moving season, guys. You know what I'm saying? This is when people are buying. This is when people are selling. This is when you got more daylight outside, you know what I'm saying? Which I love. I love the fact that there is more daylight outside, which is, to me, in this business, very, very important. So let's get it done, guys. Again, check us out in our Facebook group. The link will be in the description. And if you want to get some great leads, hit the link that'll be in the description and hit up Eric. As always, y'all be good, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. Peace.